Hello guys, it is Danny here again, and today it's another F1 2017 video, but as you can see from the title now, it's not a usual one because I would like to show you the highlights from my AOR race after I have showed you the world record time trial lap from the Circuit of America in the same video. I decided to blend these two footage together because unfortunately I was lagging while recording the AOR race, so I had to stop it, but on the other hand it was an excellent race weekend for me and a quite enjoyable one, so I would like to sum up the weekend in a shorter form with the help of a fantastic commentary box in AOR and its recorded footage, because as I mentioned I can't use mine unfortunately. I really believe and I really know that you will enjoy this video, so I definitely recommend you to stay here. But before we get there, as you can see I am on my best lap, the world record lap, which was very solid, but as always there is time to find. This is a very hard track because it's very easy to get your lap invalidated. You need to use the whole track. I'm trying the same, of course. You need to carry the perfect amount of speed because here just good lines are not enough to set a world record. This setup is very stable for me and I definitely recommend you to try it out. In online too, I would like to change just the ride height and the wings to a little bit other version. Like the ride height, I recommend to change it to 6.4 instead of 3.3 to online, and the rear wings I put it to 1 click or 2 clicks higher because in online I feel that the cars are a little bit more oversteered. All in all, I think to put a good lap together here you have to split the 3 sectors in 3 different racing styles. For me, the first sector is all about cornering speed, the second sector is all about braking as late as I can and gain time as much as I can in the braking zones, and the third sector is all about the slow in fast out philosophy. You really need to focus on the exits of the slower corners. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. But now for the second part of the video I would like to get into the AOR race, the actual AOR race, tell a few things about the quali and my strategy, and after I would like to just let you enjoy the edited footage of our fantastic commentators whose channel are of course linked into the comment section as usual. As you can see, unfortunately I started from P6. Because of my shine positioning, I lost another position to Tim and I fell back to P7. My qualifying was an absolutely disaster in my eyes. I messed up my first run, which after I waited to the last minutes to start my final lap in the best track conditions, and then I was too cautious and I broke too early and I get my lap straightly invalidated into the first corner because I just basically had a massive grip advantage and I just cut the first corner. That time I was hoping that I will gain positions during the start, and as you may able to see I tried to attack Timp and I tried to be very aggressive on the first few laps, but I quickly realized that I don't really have the chance to overtake in this concentrated traffic because basically everyone had the ERS in the first 10 against everyone and everybody got a nice little slipstream from everyone, of course with the exception of the first person of the race leader. We all knew that theoretically the one-stop strategy would be the best option, but the front runners started to battle with each other, so in the third or in the fourth lap I decided that I will try to make a very aggressive two-step strategy work. This is my favorite track and I knew that I absolutely have the pace for even winning that race, so if I can overtake the traffic after I probably fell back to the last position and build a gap with the softer compound of tires, after go to the pit again, catch the guys on the older tires and get a nice little podium, it will be absolutely fine for me. So I went to the pit and I tried to make it work, and from here you will be able to see how it went. Enjoy the rest part with our fantastic commentators. I try my best to edit the race the most enjoyable it can possibly be, and like at the end if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. So have a wonderful day and as always see you in the next one.
So, was Danny ahead or no, Danny was behind of Patrick.
Yes. Yeah, he was.
So far behind. He's lost 3 seconds in the pits.
He was either he must have been held because I don't think he had long enough.
I think he was held up.
This is too long, surely. These Ultrasofts shouldn't be lasting this long.
Well, a pit stop round here is 24 seconds, and Danny is 19. I mean, you can only assume that Brendan... Oh, hang on a minute. That's Danny. A move on Fizzy. I was getting excited. I thought it was a move for the lead.
Wrong Haas, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The detection point, but yes. Yeah, Marcel Kiefer was. There goes Brendan with the defensive move. Marcel having to go...
He's ahead. He's in the lead for the first time. He's now out of the lead.
Switch back.
Brendan braking, but not quite. Brendan seems to have incredible drive, which he's obviously using that to his advantage. I'm just wondering if Danny did more laps on his qualifying tyre. That's the only thing I'm thinking of is why he needs to come early.
I don't think he did. I think he's just gone for the undercut because these three, well, I say these three, Sorensen's only just joined the back of this pack, but Marcel Kiefer and Brendan Lee are holding each other up to oblivion. They are losing time. That was, who just shot in? I was looking away at the particular moment. That was Brendan that's come in. Marcel and Sven did not.
Danny is in the net lead.
He is. He's ahead of Brendan Lee. So let's just jump down to Formula Danny.
Look at Patrick as well. Look how competitive he is. He's right in the ballpark again. And Topa, he's pretty close behind. So this is going to be pretty phenomenal. And Danny's just made an overtake on Kalon, what means he's now actually got some breathing space between him and Brendan.
Formula Danny's a man possessed. Brendan Lee having a look on the inside. He's on the soft tyres actually, but in that Red Bull. So he's probably going to. I wouldn't be surprised if he strings that on to the end of the race. Kalon, obviously losing 2 positions at turn 11 there. But Patrick Osman getting the DRS open on that Ferrari. Brendan again having to defend. Super soft shot. Ferrari throws it on the inside. Can he slow it down? He can. Brendan got boxed in. That's Kalon that threw it on the outside. Brendan had nowhere to go. He couldn't do the switchback as there was a Toro Rosso there. Oh, that was a little bit unlucky for Brendan, but that was a great move by Kalon. Oh, look at that. Look at the train behind him. My God. 5 seconds separates him and nobody. And look at that. That's pretty much the entire rest of the field. There is no one more than 2.
Oh, Danny's got done a move on Segro with DRS.
Yeah,
and it looked like nobody and
there's nobody in Failer. Yeah,
nobody in Failer. Danny's right on their tail. In fact,
oh my God!
With them, surely not. No,
that was a silly move from Danny. He's pushing too hard. He can't be taking.
No, he's made a good move on Segro. Now he's going to have the outside line. He needs to use the grip of those tyres. Is he going to He has.
Well played! Wow! It was me saying he's pushing too hard. Well, as the Red Bull flies off the road, that is that's not Patrick Hosman, that's ACR Nobody. I think it flew off the road. And there comes Slick in the McLaren in. Now Formula Danny has got Failer ahead of him for that second position. My God, he is capitalising on the fact that his main championship rivals are caught in traffic, but he's on the super soft tyres. He will almost certainly have to come in again. This is why he's pushing so hard to get out of the traffic. He's got to run, and he's got to run now. If you look at where his main championship rivals are, that's Topa and Tim. Topa is in 10th, Tim is in 12th. He's got to leg it, and he's got to do it now.
The only thing I'd say now with Raven is when he comes out, he's pretty much he's probably going to come out behind Slick, maybe Nobody, if he starts to
Brendan Lee and Segro side by side coming through 16 now. That's a long camera angle. Brendan's going to try and string it around the outside of 7 and 18. He can't make a move though. Oh, look at that. That's Patrick Osman on the inside of Marcel Kiefer. He backs out of that one probably quite wise. Segro, he's coming in. Whoa, Patrick Osman on the inside of the last turn. Oh my God. Still side by side. That's wheel banging and side pod banging going on there between Holzman and Marcel Kiefer. My goodness me.
Absolutely. You know, he has to try something different, because if you don't, then you're just going to end up finishing where you started. There's
Whoa!
No way, Patrick! Wow, what a dive!
Oh my goodness me!
That's aggressive. I wouldn't say unfair, as Marcel Kiefer decides to go around.
That's brave.
That is brave. That was beautiful.
Oh, Failer's losing position. Failer is on soft tyres that he started on, I believe. So
I don't want to say it, but Failer is failing.
No, you had to, didn't you?
I did.
Svensson has gone through now. Topar's going to try and do the same thing. The game reports him on ultra. Oops, big tank slapper there for the Mercedes, but he's dived through on the inside of the last turn of Failer. Then Tim's going to want to do the same thing. That's what it looks like from Tim's front wing. And can he do it? Surely he's going to throw it on the inside of turn 1. There he goes. Failer doesn't defend it. And through into, that's 7th then for Tim. Fab Race has done the same thing. There is the Pink Panther of Fab Racer. Oh, he's trying to do the same thing. He's going to have to really floor it to get it done before the twisty bits, which he does. Carl Hamilton in the Williams with the fastest lap. Fair play to you. Formula Danny's in. Formula Danny is in from the lead. It's going to be another set of super softs by the look of it. That makes sense.
That's what I've got.
That's going to be him to the end of the race, I would imagine.
11 lap. Come out in traffic though.
We'll see. Formula Danny's just nailed Max as well on that back straight. Formula Danny again knows he's got a lot of ground to make up and not a lot of time he was to do it.
Yeah, he needs to close in on Tim Pantoja. He needs to. Especially with Topa, probably going to the end of these now, and then obviously the guys in front of him are also on the soft compound tyres. So Danny is closing quick. He was 15 seconds behind Brendan. He is now just 11. But look how fast Danny's closing in on the leaders. It's quite incredible. It's almost a second a lap. In fact, I think it's a little bit more than a second a lap. He's going to be on behind non-runner. And Ben, he's right up with his championship contenders, Tim and Topa.
And Formula Danny is right there as well. Look at that. And what a surprise. Formula Danny's going by 4/10. I think he's just got that fastest lap. And there we go. That's non-runner flying on the inside of Tim. Can he slow it down at turn 1? No, he can't. Tim now trying for an outside at turn 2. Can he regain that 5th position? Side by side as they're going to head towards 3 and 4. And Tim does indeed regain that position. Very nicely done. But Formula Danny is looming in. He's ready to capitalise.
Formula Danny showed unbelievable pace. That's almost 1.8 seconds he gained on that lap. Non-runner isn't in the championship battle, but he's showing what he's worth as well. He's obviously a multiple-time race winner. Not necessarily this season, but he has been seasons in the past. Season 12 especially comes to mind. Fab Racer gets himself a 3-second penalty. Non-runner gets a pretty bad drive, and Formula Danny is right on the case. He's got the DRS open. Non-runner is seemingly advantaged by the slipstream off Tim, and I don't think Danny's going to try and move. Yes,
oh my God!
Inside. Wow,
that's confident, and he's got it done as well.
That's a Holtzman style move.
Yeah, he was confident. He had the grip to slow that car down, and he threw it on the inside. And to be fair, it stuck very, very well. Yeah. Formula Danny, I can't see that Tim's going to have an answer. I can't see that Topa is going to have an answer to Formula Danny. But how long will those tyres last for? That is going to be the golden question as Tim runs wide through 17-18. Now Formula Danny is shaping up for a move. Is he going to dive on the inside of the last turn? No, he thinks better of that. Now he's going to get the DRS heading down towards turn 1. A big tank slapper for the Toro Rosso. Does Tim have DRS? No, he doesn't. DRS open on the Haas. Tim doesn't close off that inside line. Surely that's going to be a move for Danny. It is indeed, and that is 5th position to Formula Danny. My goodness me! And look at that. He can see the podium ahead of him.
Yeah, and not just a podium. It's a championship he can start to see ahead of him. Every single point is so critical at this stage. With just 10 points in it, with the 3 races to go. Well, 4 including this one.
Tim was 25 points down off of Formula Danny before this race. That has almost killed his, mathematically still possible, but that has pretty much put a big kibosh on that. Look at the drive that Formula Danny had out of turn 11. Now with the DRS open, this is going to be telling whether Topa's got DRS. He must do, because he's actually pulling away from the Haas. So Topa must have DRS on that car, otherwise Formula Danny would have...
slipstream as well, though, to be fair. Although Danny's going to have a look, because Topa made a little bit of a mistake round the outside of 13. Surely... No.
He's got him. He's got him.
Move.
No, not another one. Oh my God, he's a man possessed. Is Formula Danny.
That is incredible. What a manoeuvre there by Danny. That was fantastic. Now, Danny's got a much better line than Sven this time round through coming up to 19. He hasn't quite been able to capitalise. Now, Topa had lots of issues trying to pass Sven. Obviously, Sven has this huge amount of penalty that's going to drop him down to, well, P8. He might get lucky with non-runners penalties as well. Danny's having a look.
Yeah, he bailed on that one quite wisely. He could see the door wasn't going to be open long enough, as nobody gets his name on the penalty board as well. So,
Marcel just get a penalty?
Yeah, Marcel just got a 3-second penalty. Oh my goodness me! Side by side through turn 10 before he's even got to 11. Formula Danny's thrown it on the inside. Got the job done. That is 3rd. Ooh, big tank slapper though. That could go against him. He's going to get the DRS, chasing his own teammate. Whoa, what a great haul of points in 2nd and 3rd for the Haas pairing. I wonder if Marcel Kiefer is going to try and let his teammate through. Probably not going to risk it. But well, I would think to do something like that, you would have to be very, very careful that you don't let the two chasing. But look at the gap! That Marcel Gifford, Formula Danny has already got half a second between himself and Sven. Yeah.
Marcel has 6 seconds of penalties, by the way.
Ouch. That's going to hurt. So, yeah, Marcel, brilliant timing then, so he could just slot straight back into the slipstream of a teammate. Sven is struggling to keep Topa behind him, it looks like.
Okay, yeah, but Danny is closing in at a rate which I've never... It's the seconds in the first sector. I mean, this is really unbelievable. I mean, I don't think Brendan will necessarily need to worry about it, but... I mean, you know, it's going to be on his mind, surely.
Ooh, Formula Danny is right.
Brendan's tyres are losing it because Sven is closed in by a second as well.
Formula Danny is right on the limit of fuel. He has to go to lean. He can't push on any further. That's probably why he's been closing in so much. He's literally at 0 as far as laps are concerned, or half a lap at best. He's actually stuck at its standard, but I don't think it is going to be enough. So then, as they come around the final turn, and Letty throws it into the wall now, which of course he does not. The winner here at COTA is Brendan Lee, with less than a second by the end of that to Formula Danny. Topa was indeed elevated to third.
But wow, that was close, wasn't it, with Danny in the end? I mean, he was closing in
another lap,
fast.
One more lap, and that would have...
One more lap, and I think, yeah, he would have had it. But that's how it is, and, you know, Danny have got that, you know, the extra 7 points, and we could be saying something quite different about championship with Topa finishing in P3, but yeah, it's
only 3 drivers in the top 13 didn't have penalties. I would imagine it's probably all the way down.